Hello and welcome back to Bible Wits Bible Corner. Today we're going to be in the Old Testament. We're going to be reading two different passages. Both of them are going to come out of the book of 1 Kings. The first one is going to be chapter 17, verse 1, and I'm going to be reading the English Standard Version. There is a chance I'll butcher some names that are in this, so bear with me. Now Elijah the Tishbite of Tishbe in Gilead said to Ahab, As the Lord, the God of Israel lives, before whom I stand, there shall be neither dew nor rain these years, except by my word. Now we're going to jump over to chapter 18, verses 41 through 46. And Elijah said to Ahab, Go up, eat and drink, for there is a sound of the rushing of rain. So Ahab went up to eat and drink, and Elijah went up to the top of Mount Carmel, and he bowed himself down on the earth, and put his face between his knees, and he said to his servant, Go up now, look towards the sea. And he went up and looked and said, There is nothing. And he said, Go again, 7 times. And at the 7th time he said, Behold, a little cloud like a man's hand is rising from the sea. And he said, Go up, say to Ahab, Prepare your chariot, and go down, lest the rain stop you. And in a little while the heavens grew black with clouds and wind, and there was a great rain, and Ahab rode and went to Jezreel. And the hand of the Lord was on Elijah, and he gathered up his garment and ran before Ahab to the entrance of Jezreel. Okay. Now, the New Century Version. Now Elijah the Tishbite was a prophet from the settlers in Gilead. I serve the Lord, the God of Israel. Elijah said to Ahab, As surely as the Lord lives, no rain or dew will fall during the next few years unless I command it. And that was chapter 17, verse 1. Now, chapter 18, verses 41 through 46. Then Elijah said to Ahab, Now go, eat and drink, because a heavy rain is coming. So King Ahab went to eat and drink. At the same time, Elijah climbed to the top of Mount Carmel, where he bent down to the ground with his head between his knees. Then Elijah said to his servant, Go and look towards the sea. The servant went and looked. I see nothing, he said. Elijah told him to go look again. This happened 7 times. The 7th time the servant said, I see a small cloud the size of a human fist coming from the sea. Elijah said to the servant, Go to Ahab and tell him to get his chariot ready and go home now, otherwise the rain will stop him. After a short time, the sky was covered with dark clouds. The wind began to blow, and soon a heavy rain began to fall. Ahab got in his chariot and started back to Jezreel. The Lord gave his power to Elijah, who tightened his clothes around him and ran ahead of King Ahab all the way to Jezreel. Okay. So, a couple of things with this passage. The power of faith and prayer. Elijah was a faithful servant of God and told the king, hey, there's going to be a famine. There's not going to be any rain for X amount of years until I say so again. Well, did Elijah actually have the say so to stop the rain and start the rain? No. God had that power. But God had commanded Elijah to say that to the king. So that's where that comes. Now, something that I've always found funny about this passage. Elijah, at the end, runs faster than a horse to get to town, to get to safety. Again, power of God. Faith and prayer are very important. Let's not ever forget that. I hope you find encouragement in this, and I hope you have a wonderful, God-centered day. Bye.